on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway.
Here we go. 6 yards. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Switch.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game.
Stephon Tuitt came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This will be taken short. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. On second down, Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. On third down, Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he's got Snead. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Jackson rolling to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. On second down, it's Ingram. And able to work his way down to the 16. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Ferguson gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
Here we go.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Hey, alert.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Oh, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster. 49 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script.
There goes Mark Ingram, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The former 1st-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
And, yep, as a result, knocks it down. Here's Samuels. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch time. Tie your rope. Hey.
He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Steelers.
Look basic. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Mike 48, Mike 48.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well. And it's hard to do in the NFL because of the big bodies.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Throwing on 2nd down, Roethlisberger, and he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
27, Mike. Take both of them.
Watch the screen.
Alert, alert.
Switch it, switch it, switch it.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
44. These 2.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right,
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Roethlisberger. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jalen Ferguson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Returnable for Thomas. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Jackson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
So it's third and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Middle.
First carry for James Conner. And an alley to run. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll stay on the ground with Conner again. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
6-6. Pull it high.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Play fake to Conner. Now Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And what with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Fielded about a yard deep.
The Ravens take over
We got
first and
this.
10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, they go screen. This is Ingram. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
That's good for Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down, eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Check 3. Say. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Their 48-yard line.
Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. On 3rd down, Jackson. He finds Roberts, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Let's go.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They go jet sweep. Washington with it. And some room to work. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, 78 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson, he's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just did one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Jackson flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that